Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. Today we're going to be walking through the solar electronics test solution for MIL-STD-461 CS115. During today's video, we're going to start by walking through a little bit about the Solar 9355-1 pulse generator, which you will see on our right. Then we'll go ahead and move on to the setup, and then finally we'll run the pulse generator just to verify that our setup is correct. Let's go ahead now and let's take a look at the Solar 9355-1 pulse generator. Here you'll find the front side of the Solar 9355-1, which provides the required waveforms for MIL-STD-461 CS115 with a charging voltage of up to 2000 volts. Let's go ahead and start from the left side of the unit and work our way right. The first thing you will notice is the two displays in the center. The left display is going to show the charging voltage, and then the right display, that's going to show our pulse repetition rate. The two knobs just below the displays, the first one on the left is the amplitude knob, and the one on the right is the pulses per second knob. Now taking a look in the left hand corner of the unit, you should see a red button, and that's the single pulse push button. Just to the right of that, you will see our pulse per second range push buttons, and you will see on this unit it is broken out in 3 different bands. Looking at the right side of the unit, in the upper right hand corner, you will see our power on switch. Just below that, you will see our polarity switch. And you can see we do have it set to the left as positive, and you can just turn it to the right if you need to go negative and adjust it accordingly. Just below that, you will see the type N connector, which is going to be our output connector, and that's going to be going to our injection device. Now let's go ahead and let's take a look at the solar electronics test setup for CS115. Here you're going to find the solar electronics setup for CS115. The exact specifications of each component in the setup can be found on the Solar Electronics website, which I'll put a link for in the description below. Keep in mind as we're walking through the setup, this is based on the Solar Electronics product offering. There are other options out there, however we chose to use Solar Electronics completely for today's video. The first items you will notice are the Solar 9142-1N. It's an injection probe. You can see it's kind of black there. And then we have it clamped around our silver or gold kind of colored Solar 9125-1 calibration fixture. The input on the injection probe is connected to the output on our Solar 9355-1 transient generator, and that's going to be that type N output, and that's going to go kind of through the calibration fixture. It has a little cutout on top and go directly to our 9142-1N injection probe. As you can see from the setup today, we have our left side terminated, and then we have our right side, which is going to go to our oscilloscope, which we're going to use to verify a quick pulse. So taking a look at the left side of our calibration fixture, we have our Solar 9841-1 50 ohm high voltage terminator or attenuation load. Taking a look on the right side, you will see we have our Solar 9410-1 40 dB high voltage attenuator, and that connection is just going to be going to our oscilloscope. That should just about complete the setup. Now let's go ahead and verify a waveform quickly. Alright, here's the waveform we captured through our Solar 9142-1N and the associated calibration fixture. All we did prior to capturing the waveform was to power up the transient generator and set the associated test level. Now if we look at the Solar 9355-1 manual as well as MIL-STD-461 CS115, this waveform does meet the requirements. Alright, that should just about wrap it up for today. We appreciate everyone's time as we've walked through the Solar Electronics MIL-STD-461 CS115 test solution. We began by talking briefly about the setup, then we moved on to the Solar 9355-1 transient generator, and then finally we looked at a waveform briefly. Please keep us in mind if you're ever in need of any conducted susceptibility equipment rentals, including the solar electronics test equipment we used in the video today. Thank you.